Quick note before I get the video started, and yes, I may be throwing you off by having a driving portion right up front. 2021 BMW M340i. I picked it up on October 13th. I'm filming today, which is October 18th. When I picked it up, BMW Canada said there is an embargo on this because their dealers don't have any information on the specifics of the 340i yet. They're coming up from BMW Global. And when they get down to BMW Canada and the dealers get them, then the journalists and reviewers will get them. So as of now, which is October 18th at 1:42 p.m., I have no information on the car. I was not given a spec sheet. So there will be either voiceovers for the horsepower and torque and engine and other specifics, or there'll be text boxes. Just wanted to let you know that this is going to be a bit of a different review. You'll still get all the information that I have access to, but yeah. And with that, I'm going to see you on the outside of the car in 3, 2. This is your 2021 BMW M340i Performance Edition. Perks, quirks, and irks right off the bat. A perk with capital letters is the color. I've been getting BMWs since 2014, and this is my, by far and large and wide and all the adjectives, this is my favorite color. It is just such a beautiful shade of gray, and I love it. It's just beautiful. Beautiful LED headlights up front, you know, same as typical BMW. You can get the nice kidney grille, and I find the front end, you know, for a 340i, it looks really, really sharp, and it's got that matte black finish to it up past the gloss box. You can see my reflection there. That's the gloss, but you get the matte here, and it looks really, really sharp. Nice big orange turn signals. We'll just dip down, take a quick look at the headlights. And those are your day runners on the outsides, and you get your actual headlights and lenses right up in there. And it's got a nice low stance. I want to just dip the camera down a little bit so you can see there's a little bit of ground clearance, but it looks really, really sharp. Going around the side, if you've watched any of my videos before, you know I'm not a fan of complicated rims. This is my one exception because it's in matte black as opposed to gloss. So yeah, it's really, really busy. And just so many designs in it, but I think it looks sharp, and you get the M blue brake caliper there. And you know, if it was gloss black, I don't think I'd like it because it would be a little too much, but because it's matte, I think it looks sharp. There's that tiny little M badge right on the side there. And I said it before, I wish it was a little bigger. I don't know, it's my 2 cents. Turn signals in the side mirrors, and you do get, if you opt for it, the surround view camera. Taking a quick look at the side profile, I like it. I like it. I'm a fan of sedans, and especially the BMW sedans. 3 Series just look really, really sharp. I love that there's no chrome anywhere around the windows. It's just that nice black trim makes it look very elegant and just not too busy. I think chrome would have really ruined it if they opted for that. Around the rear, you get your twin tailpipes, hello symmetry. Thank you for taking care of that BMW. And this is the X-Drive. Turn signals there, M340i badging. You get a tiny little lip spoiler here. Again, love that it's in black. It does stand out a little bit. Some other cars, I've wished it wouldn't be black. It would be body colored, but just the way they have spec'd this car is just gorgeous. It's literally just black and gray all over the place. There's no chrome bits anywhere, and I'm a really, really big fan of that. Let's take a quick look into the trunk. On hydraulics, very nice, and you know, typical 3 Series, it's a fairly usable trunk. Lots of great cargo space. You get space on your left side, and you get space on your right side so things don't fall down. And good move here, you can actually lock it instead of only closing it. All right, that's gonna wrap up the outside. Let's take a look inside. Starting with the rear seats of the M340i Performance Edition. Absolutely this, I love the blue. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. Huge perk there. Another perk here, 2 USB ports, optioned out heated rear seats and climate controls in the rear. Well done, BMW. Middle person kind of has to be a little uncomfortable, but you know what? No matter at all. 4 out of 5 ain't bad. That's what you're looking at if you look over my shoulder. And yep, even the headrests are blue. It is just so good. Oh, also headrests go forwards and backwards as well as up and down. So 4 ways to move. Inside of the door panel is blue. And of course it's gonna be blue up front as well. Swing that open for you. I love it. It's such a good combination. And I'm gonna try and show you both together. So if you can kind of just, I'll go up a little bit, like just the blue and the gorgeous gray make this my favorite color combination of all the BMWs I've ever had. Let's take a look at the seats. Big perks here are, there is the cushion extender, which is right there. Your side bolsters are adjustable. Let's see if they move with the key out. So there's the button there. Yeah, I can see it kind of pushing a little bit. Anyway, different shapes, different sizes. BMW's got you covered. Thigh bolsters, not great. Would have liked them a little taller. Again, just for it being an M340i Performance Edition. But just look at the seats and just the quilt work in the middle. It's beautiful. Absolutely love it. Let's take a look inside. This is going to look really familiar for most of you if you watched my video from last year on the M340i. So let's get it started up. Give you a quick look at the opening graphic. There it is, service due in, and you get the picture of the 3 Series. Standard stuff here. This is not new. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on it. I'm way over the fact that the tack goes backwards. Don't care, don't care, don't care. It's just a nice uniform look. And there's the little M badging on the steering wheel, which is, where are we? Right there, and your heated steering wheel button. Oh boy. M badging right there, and heated steering wheel button right there. I don't think I've ever actually stumbled over the word button. Anyways, standard stuff all across here. You do get a heads-up display if you so choose, and there it is right there. Again, going back to my note from the beginning of the video, I have 0 specs on this car. BMW Canada said, hey, when we get them, you'll get them. So anyways, you got your touchscreen here. Again, same iDrive system. It works so well, and if you don't want to touch the screen and get fingerprints on it, as you can see, I have some fingerprints. You just go down here and everything is so easy. You get your hard touch buttons. You also got the dial that goes left and right, as well as up and down, and your push down as well. So really nice. Missed opportunity here. I would have liked to have seen some kind of badging, whether it was an M badge or the BMW logo. It just looks very unfinished to me. If you're kind of just looking at it here, which is where my eyes are, just not the greatest. And you have all of your different drive modes down here, plus your start stop button and so on. Spec with wireless charging, and you get a USB port there. So you got 2 in the back, you got 1 in the front. You got your 12 volt, a couple of cup holders as well. I do like that this is textured, as well as the opening and closings of the vent. I'm gonna quickly, well, slowly, I don't wanna make you guys dizzy out there, open up the center console so you can see all my stuff's in here. And you get another USB port. So you got 4 USB ports plus wireless charging and a generous amount of space in here. And well, that's what I work with. I work with a wallet and sunglasses and a cable just in case, lip balm, and a couple of masks because, well, we are in the middle of a global pandemic. Just a quick pan around, like these seats, so good, so gorgeous. A little irk for me is the height of the headrest in the center. Yes, you can tilt it down. Most of the week I've had it off completely, knowing that I wouldn't have a passenger in the middle seat for the rear. And see if you can get a shot of the mirror. So that's what I'm looking at when I look out the rear view mirror, and you can see just how intrusive it is. Let me get my fingers out of the way there. So yeah, again, I've had it out, which makes a big difference, and I recommend you do the same. Just keep it in the trunk, and that way you get a nice clear line of sight out the rear view mirror. Let's open up the door again for a quick moment, show you the speaker covers. Harman Kardon system sounds absolutely terrific. Well done. Get your trunk release there, and everything else is standard here. One cool note, you do get folding mirrors. So let's take a look here. There I am, and there I go outside of it again. So if you're in a condo and you want to have, if you've got a slimmer parking spot, or maybe your parking neighbors aren't all that kind to you, utilize the folding mirrors. Let's do the drive in the 2020 BMW M340i Performance Edition. It is very fast, and it is very smooth, and it is very powerful. And the power figures are on the screen for you right now. I don't know what they are at the time of driving, hence the beginning portion of this video. but I can tell you that it feels stronger than the M340i that I had last summer around this time. I took it on a lovely road trip up to Erie, Pennsylvania for a few days. And because this is the Performance Edition, there's going to be more power and more torque, and it's going to be tuned differently. And it's, again, without knowing the numbers at the time of recording, it feels significantly stronger. You know, I don't know whether the horsepower and torque figures will be marginally increased over a non-Performance Edition, but what I can say is after a week of driving, there is absolutely a noticeable difference, and there's just more punch and more responsiveness to the vehicle. Cornering handling, it's a 3 Series. It's the art of driving. It is, you know, the ultimate driving machine, as BMW says, and it hugs the road. And part of that is the engineering. Part of that is the tires. They are very, very low profile tires. I think it's 35 mils as far as not the width, the height of the tire goes. So yeah, really, really nice sticky tires as well. And it's just a joy to drive. And I love the M340i when I had it last summer. And this just puts a really pronounced exclamation mark on what I recall of having it last year. Creature comforts, everything's the same here. Your infotainment system, the iDrive, it's really, really easy to figure out. Whether you're new to the BMW brand or if you've been with the BMW brand for a little bit and you're rolling into your next vehicle, you know that it's very, very easy to operate. Again, whether it's touching off the screen or through the dial on how did I lose my words? I've been doing this for years. Or the center console controller there. Color-wise, if you are going to get this vehicle, if I was going to get this vehicle, I would pick it exactly as is, gray on the outside, blue on the inside. And it's not, yeah, there's a lot of blue. Most of the seats are blue. The outsides are, outsides of the thigh bolsters are black, but you can see the door panel. I'll take my hand out of the way and stop the car for a sec. So you can see it's also blue there. The rear seats are blue, but to me, it's a perfect shade of blue. It's not an obnoxious blue. Regarding fuel consumption, I don't know, but I put the numbers on the screen for you right now, and it doesn't really matter that they're going to be a little higher than the regular M340i because it's the Performance Edition, and I don't even care if they're like 1 or 2 or even 3 liters per 100 kilometers higher than the 340i itself. You're buying this because it's a fine-tuned machine and it performs very well, and it's very responsive and very precise. You know, if you do want a 3 Series, which is great on its own, minus the bells and whistles of the M340i and then the M340i Performance Edition, you know, go with that. It's still a good ride, but if you really want the best of everything a 3 Series has to offer that is not an actual M3, this is the way to go. Well-balanced, smooth power delivery, great cornering, great handling. Regarding drive modes, it's the same for it's Sport and Adaptive and Eco Pro and Comfort. Yes, I've spent almost my entire week behind the wheel in Sport because that's what you have to do when you have a Performance Edition 3 Series, and it is very responsive. And I have dabbled into the world of Comfort and Adaptive. It's really, really good drive modes, but it's not quite as tight as the Sport mode. And I found I got the most amount of driving pleasure out of this when it wasn't Sport. And I think I was on the highway, stuck in a bit of traffic, and I dipped down into Eco Pro just as a comparison to see what it was like, and then I went back into Sport. It's just such a wonderful, well-balanced, enjoyable, responsive, and engaging drive. And yeah, there's a few flaws in it for me. You know, the A-pillar's a little on the thicker side, plus the speaker cover and that little part right here. You know, it hasn't been dangerous at all. I've still been able to see between it. I haven't come close to hitting anybody or anything, but I would like to have seen, you know, maybe a bit of a thinner A-pillar. But I'm not an engineer. I don't design cars. I'm more of an end consumer and a tester of them. But it's just something that I have noticed. The seats, very, very comfortable. Any color that they happen to be, just happen to be blue and lovely and wonderful. but the seats are quite comfortable. An added bonus, the headrest does move 4 ways. So thank you for that, BMW, knowing that we're not all the same shapes and sizes. And the biggest win for me is having these side bolsters be adjustable. You know, I have lost a bunch of weight lately, and I like having it very secure against me. I don't like having it kind of flat out like that. I'm not sure if you can see what my version of flat out is with my hands. I guess you can, because there it is. But I like having it very snug to keep me in place, and we're all different shapes and sizes, so I think it's a very smart move that BMW had. Again, I don't know if it's standard or not. I would like to think that it is, but having the adjustable side bolsters is definitely a win. That's going to wrap it up for the 2020 BMW M340i Performance Edition. Let me know if you've got any questions in the comment section. I will do my best to get you answers as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support. And again, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Be well, be healthy, be safe, and I'll be back sooner than later with my next review.